What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel, check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to LeBron James, man, with him going out with this elbow injury, and some people think it's a fake injury. I think LeBron James didn't. All he did with going out with this fake injury, in my opinion, is just put the spotlight on the fact that the Lakers are better without him. And I don't know, like LeBron James, he knows that, everybody else know that. But at least I think if he could have played this whole season all the way through, instead of taking this time off and putting the spotlight on the fact that when he's not there, the Lakers do better. We saw early in the season before LeBron James came back from his injury, the chemistry that Luka and Austin Reeves and the rest of those guys had without LeBron James. And now that LeBron James is out again, it's apparent again with these guys. They may not go undefeated, every game without LeBron James, but the fact that they just look a lot better on the offensive end and even on the defensive end. And so two people who were just talking about this again was Rachel Nichols. I don't know her co-host name, but it was Rachel Nichols, and this was on their Sports Illustrated podcast, right? And so I want to play the audio from this and just come back and give my input, because I think they made some legitimate arguments and a really good case for why the Lakers are better without LeBron James.
We got to talk about the Lakers, and we have to talk about the dynamic within the Lakers that includes one LeBron James. Mentioned that Knicks game, the Lakers looked great in that game, and they looked great winning without LeBron James, which has sparked the conversation again of are the Lakers better without LeBron James? So I'm going to go first on this one, because I think this is like an insane debate, because I don't think it is a debate. Mm-hmm. Of course, the Lakers are better without LeBron James. And this, I'll just couch this by saying this is not saying LeBron's bad, or not saying LeBron's washed, or not saying LeBron can't play NBA basketball beyond that season, because that is equally ridiculous. Yes. He is equally capable.
Now, I don't know why, like, these commentators continuously give LeBron James credit. I mean, he's not a starter for the Lakers. I think if the Lakers pull him off the bench at certain times, he could give them some quality minutes. But with him playing heavy minutes, he just can't do it because he's too old. So, and that's how it is. Like, he came in the league and he was good enough to start. And, now that he's been in the league 20 years or 23 years, he's not good enough to be able to, to log heavy minutes. And so he's not allowing this guy, JJ Redick, to coach and put the team first. If JJ Redick was allowed to coach and put the team first, then LeBron James would be coming off the bench. And the Lakers would have a much better record than what they have right now.
Of playing at 41, almost 42 years old at all-star, all-NBA level. But if you're going to make the argument that the Lakers are not better without LeBron James, you are not looking at the numbers. You are not looking at the numbers. The numbers, we are more than 3/4 of the way through the season, and the numbers speak for themselves. I want to read some of these off to you, Rachel. Okay. Lakers are 13-7 statistically without LeBron in the lineup. That's pretty damn good. They are better when it's Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic playing together without LeBron. They're 9-2 with those two guys. In those games, they average 118.6 points per game, and they allow 111.5. So a pretty big net rating there for those teams. Their offensive rating with those two guys in that 9-2 stretch, 117.9. Defensive rating, 111.6. Contrast that with the three-man lineup, of LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves, which is freaking terrible. Yep. It is so bad. The three-man lineup of Luka, Reeves, and LeBron has a net rating of -1.1 with a 109.4 offensive rating, which would be the second worst offensive rating in the NBA, only behind Indiana, which is not trying to win games.
I have that number on my sheet as well, because that's the number everyone's like, oh, it's defensively. And it is to a degree.
Yes.
But that number
it is on their own team. By offensive rating, it's the Lakers' fourth worst three-man combo of a minimum of 250 minutes. And each of their six worst three-man combos feature one LeBron James. All these numbers are telling you that it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work with LeBron in LA. And I said on a different show last week that the Lakers were trying to build Dallas 2.0 in the future. And people kind of like, what? Dallas? What did Dallas do? That's exactly what they're trying to do. They got to the finals. That's exactly what they're trying to do. And look, it's the game against the Knicks. It's a one game, and it's an imperfect example here. But they go with Luka and Reeves. And they've got Rui, not a great defensive player, but a versatile body. Marcus Smart, not what he used to be, but still a defensive player. And DeAndre Ayton, who played the best defense of his season in that game, was active, going for shots, rebounding. Looked like, hey, Clint Capella, looked like he was trying to do some of that out there. Like it is, if you are going to sit there and say that the Lakers are better with LeBron in the lineup, you are simply not looking at the relevant data. Like I know.
I mean, I don't know who's saying that LeBron James, like the fans, Lakers fans are ready for LeBron James to go. So, I think maybe certain people in the media might be saying that but for the most part, man, everybody is saying that LeBron James kind of, he slows the team down. He's bringing the team down. So most people are not saying that LeBron James is better. Or the Lakers are better with LeBron James. They definitely better with, without LeBron James.
It doesn't always come down to data, but the numbers speak for themselves. With Luka and Austin Reeves as a two-man combination with other players, they are really good. With LeBron added to that mix with Luka and Austin Reeves, they are statistically really bad. Fact, the Lakers are better playing without LeBron James.
Yeah. I mean, look, the offensive number is what stuck out to me so much, because this is never going to be the best defense in the world with those three guys on the court. But you have players who we have seen raise their defensive game in the playoffs. They're like, great, I can't do this for 9 months, but I can play with force and energy for 2 or 3 months. And LeBron, I think, will be a better defensive player in the playoffs than he was for a chunk of the regular season. We've seen Luka, of all people, raise his defense in the playoffs. I mean, he played decent defense through that whole finals run. He's never going to be Defensive Player of the Year, but we have seen that improve. The offensive numbers not being right, to me, are the biggest red flag. 29th in the league with those three guys on the court out of 30?
So bad.
I mean, that is, the offense. When you look at it to the eye test, like they're just stagnant. I'm not sure how much of it is because, Luka absolutely modeled his game on LeBron's. Watched YouTube videos, wanted to be LeBron, all of those things. Maybe 2 of those on one court is not, they both need the ball too much or any of that, but whatever it is stagnant. I
think that these people, I don't know if they don't know basketball, or it just makes it obvious that basketball is more so about politics than it is, putting the best product out there on the court. And I just think that this is just another example of like how far the NBA has fallen. The NBA back in the 80s, they said that was the heyday for the NBA. When you had Bird, Magic, Isaiah, and Mike, all those guys, and the rest of those guys who played in the 80s, right? That was the heyday. Now it just seems like basketball now is more so about stats. It's not about winning. I heard Isaiah say recently on a podcast that when he in the league, he chased Magic and he chased Bird. He wanted to have the championships like what they had. He wasn't going after stats. Bird and Magic battled each other for championships. It wasn't about stats. Now it's just about stats. It's not even about winning. And so, and LeBron James, in my opinion, is like the king of that, like king of stats and not really winning. And that's what he's doing. He's just taking over the record books with all these stats. And so now it'll be about guys playing as long as you can play. If you can get 20 years in and had an opportunity to compete with LeBron James as far as stats is concerned, it won't even it won't even matter if you had an opportunity to win championships or how many playoff appearances and stuff like that you have. It's all going to be about stats. And so when you talk about stats and you're just going after stats, that means that the product that you're putting out there on the court is going to suffer because nobody's trying to win. Like winning comes, second to stats, and in which it should be the other way around. So in my opinion, of course, the Lakers are better without LeBron James. But until you have NBA teams like the Lakers and everybody else who put winning first, then yeah, LeBron James will be able to get away with stuff like this. Not only LeBron James, but there are other guys in the league who just don't put winning first. And so that's my take on it. Make sure to like, subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, man, I'm going to check y'all out in the next video. Peace.